TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Were you guys ever frustrated with the lack of push early on in WCW?
Yeah, because I thought
we were better than a lot of people.
When we got our shit together, we knew what each other was thinking. We lived together. We did everything together, and I mean everything. And we knew what each other was thinking, and a lot of tag teams lacked that.
A lot of tag teams were two single wrestlers.
Right, makeshift tag teams.
We were someone who lived together, bro. You know, we literally, WCW, you know, from the day after that we got stuck together, we literally spent every day and every way
we were with each other more than with our families.
You know? Any good road stories from that time period?
Yes.
From that time period?
Yes.
Wow. Anything that stand out?
Oh, you want us to sing?
Yeah.
How about the shooting the gun off the fucking balcony?
You know, I thought about that last week.
Go ahead.
Well,
this is a funny story.
We used to get tore up a little bit and go up.
Being the rednecks that we are, you know, living in Atlanta and all that stuff, you know, guns, country music, and Kiss.
Yeah, Kiss. Of course, Kiss.
So we had, people would come over and we would, you know, play around. We would chase each other around the, you know, apartment with loaded weapons.
So, tell this one on Kevin Nash.
Tell the Sid one first.
No, about Kevin Nash bringing the dog down.
Yeah.
To go to the bathroom. Stopped by our apartment first.
Yeah.
Never made it.
Yeah.
Went back upstairs. The dog pissed off over shit, and his wife was mad.
Okay, in Atlanta, there was an apartment complex called, was it La Park?
La Park.
La Park. La Park was filled with Atlanta Falcons, strippers,
the
Braves, and WCW wrestlers. Okay, and our apartment was the only one inhabited by just two guys, right? And Kevin Nash, I don't know, what was his name? He was a wrestler or something, right?
Who?
Kevin Nash?
Yeah, I think he
something like that.
He did something. Played a movie or something.
Oh, yeah, he was the tall guy with the gray hair. He
had quite the herbal garden, too.
He had quite the herbal garden. Anyway, yeah. So everyone seemed to, they had their families there. One of our best friends, Steve Regal, who, in my opinion, if you had to ask me my favorite matches of all time, you know, I'm going with Steamboat Macho, Mania 3.
Right.
Ole and Arn and Rock and Roll at Wargame, or at Chi-Town.
Right.
And a match that after I stopped wrestling actually really made me love wrestling again was Steven Regal and Hashimoto in Japan.
Well, you know, I just come back in 2006 and 2007. I was trying to get him to come back, but they put me with Terry Porter's boy.
Right.
And we did the Godwin thing, tried to. But we went on the road. We were supposed to start SmackDown. We went on the road, and that's who we worked with, was Steve Regal. And Steve's always been a dear friend of ours, and Dave. That's who we worked with on the road. So,
Dave Taylor?
Yeah, Dave Taylor. So, a lot of respect for them, for Steve.
What about, go ahead. Ole Anderson, he was a booker at the time in WCW. A lot of
He's
guys.
the one that fired us.
He's the one that fired you guys?
Yeah.
So did you guys have ill feelings towards Ole? Or I know a lot of people say he was a...
No. I mean...
Why'd you guys get fired?
He let us go.
No, he let us go. We didn't get fired. We didn't fit into the plan of what was going on.
Okay. What about...
It worked out great for him because he went to New York for a fucking year. And I had to go to Japan and the Bahamas. Oh, wait a minute, that worked out better for me.
What about the matches with the Coles? You guys had some matches with the Coles?
I love the Coles.
Yeah, me too.
We actually did home surgery on each other in hotel rooms.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How did you guys get discovered by WCW for your first initial break?
Oh, well, that was the thing. My stepdad, we were coming back from just shoot interview. I got arrested. And
you got arrested?
believe that or not. I did something wrong.
Oh my God.
And we were coming back through Atlanta, and my stepdad, Ron Slinker, who was, friends with Dusty and everything, said, we're coming back through Kennesaw, and he goes, I think you're really good and you're really ready and everything. So he got me a dark match at Kennesaw, and I wrestled Joey Maggs, and Dusty came back after that match and said, blah, 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 you're great. Didn't say you're great. He said, blah, 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 I love it. And they were already doing the thing with him and Eric Watts and everything. And he was like, oh my God, I got to put you guys together. And then the next night, we were, that's what I did. Yeah,
I was going to ask you about the mask. That was my next question. Did you guys
it was just because he was doing jobs and everything for, people.
Right.
So they threw him under the mask. Yeah, he was pretty, yeah. And he was too. You got nice stuff.
Did you guys like wearing the masks and working with the masks?
I never wore them, so you have to ask me.
Yeah, I did like it.
No,
well, let me ask you this. I apologize.
No.
What did you find it? I mean, in my opinion, as far as two big guys, I thought as far as bumping and everything and all that, we were phenomenal. And our hair, like when we became the Godwinns and everything, our hair and settling and all that stuff and everything. But did you find it harder to sell or emit emotion and everything under the mask? I mean, your work was so fucking top notch, but
yeah, it was hard to express what you're feeling.
But then he's under a mask. I'm fucking 20 years old, and Jesse the Body Ventura is like just putting us over like fucking.
That was against Bagwell and
that Too Cold Scorpio. And if I had to ask, everybody wants to ask. Well, let me ask you this. Aside from tag team, and then we'll ask this question back again because I've been asked this on interviews before and everything. If I've been asked a different question, so I'm going to ask you this in my way. If you had to, in your prime, in your best day ever, had to have a single match with one person to show who you were, like the whole Johnny Cash thing, if you're laying in a ditch, and you had one song to sing, who, if you could pick right now at your peak, who in a singles match would you pick to wrestle to show off as good as you are?
Probably Taker.
Yeah, Too Cold Scorpio would be me.
Wow.
He was my antithesis. Yeah, he was my ebony to my ivory, if you will. Yeah.
Oh, as far as that, yeah. I mean,
yeah, but as far as tag team goes, yeah. I mean, this was so funny as far as the shoot stuff goes. He grew up watching wrestling. Road Warriors were the greatest, blah, 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 and everything. And then when we became wrestlers, we found out what I have Hawk tattooed on my arm. I mean, these, and Joe, they're dear friend of ours and everything, but they sucked. They were total hype. They were what they were. And I love everything that they did before that because they had Ole and Arn and Bobby and Dennis. I love you, Stan. But Bobby and Dennis and all these guys making them look like $1 million. And then we got pushed into that position because we were really good at making other people look really good.
TitleMatchNetwork.com